Hello there guys and girls, I welcome you back to another Nether River video. Today, once again in a Terraria tutorial, as you can guess, I am going to be telling you a little bit about the wings. Yes sir, these are very important accessories in Terraria because the terrain in Terraria can sometimes be hard to navigate without something that can help you fly. So once you get wings, you're set for the rest of the game because you can just float around the map so easy. It's very handy. So yes, today I'm going to tell you how to get all of the wings, well, excluding a few. So I will be right back giving you guys a few notes and then getting right into it and telling you guys how to get the wings. Alrighty then guys, let's get right into the world of wings. To start off, I'm going to tell you guys a few notes. First off, flying is not infinite. I know, so horrible. You can't fly around in the sky so peacefully forever. Watch the wyverns. Anyways, another thing is you get an achievement the very first time you equip your wings, which is Head in the Clouds. I'm not sure if that's for other devices, but I know it's for PC. Next is certain accessories, these included, will increase speed, how far you can go, or, you know, just things like that. So these certain accessories like boots, a frog leg, balloons, or an umbrella will actually increase certain things like gliding. Another thing is there's no fall damage from wings. So if you go up really high and you let yourself drop, no fall damage. And you don't need the horseshoe or certain accessories for that. Another thing is dev wings will not be listed because there's so many and you have to get them from treasure bags, which is hard to get, so we're going to be not including that in this tutorial. I'm sorry if that disappoints you guys, but we're just not going to do that today. Alright, another thing I wanted to say is when you fly as high as you can glide like this, and you can glide across the map just gliding, and that's not flying, and you can't go higher when you're gliding. You have to actually touch the ground again before you can start flying again, but that is what gliding is. Alright, off to the very first wings. These are not the very first wings, but anyways, we're going to put that down there. Is the first wings, we're going to take the Stardust die off so you guys can see what it actually looks like, are the Angel Wings. These are one of the first wings obtainable, so one of the first. And these guys, okay, their highest flight speed, I think I called it. I can't remember even what it is now, but their speed is 108% boost. So that may make like no sense to you guys right now. You're like, what the frick does boost mean? But once you start seeing the other wings and what their boost is, you'll see like what the difference is and what's good and what's bad. So we'll just get right to that. And so what this flight speed boost is how fast the wings actually fly upwards, so like that. Alright, so it can also fly, let's fly up in the air, 53 blocks. So that's as far as you can fly, just 53. And to make this, you're going to want to go to a mithril anvil with 20 souls of flight, which you get from wyverns when you go high up in the sky, in hard mode only. Wings are only hard mode. And once you beat these wyverns, they're mini bosses, you'll get souls of flight. Okay, feathers you get from harpies, which are always around, once again, in the sky. And 25 souls of light, which you get in the hollow, I don't know which one it is. Anyways, you get these in that area from underground. I think maybe above ground too. So that's how you get souls of light. Alright, we're gonna keep going super fast so we can get through this stuff without taking, forever. Alright, next up are the Demon Wings. It's the same flight speed boost, 108%. The height is the same, 53. And the recipe is almost the same. 20 souls of flight, 10 feathers, and 25 souls of night. The only difference is that you get the souls of night from the corruption instead of the hollow. So you're going to want to go underground, kill some of those guys in hard mode only, and then you'll get those. Alright, next up, I know I'm going so fast, but we really need to, are the Fin Wings, I believe. Yep, the Fin Wings. And these things have a flight speed boost of 0%, which is weird. That's what the wiki says. I don't really understand that, but you know what? Whatever. The wiki is always right, I suppose, which isn't true, but, I gotta go by it. I don't have any other sources. So it's once again a height of 53. And this guy, you get a 1 in 70 chance for every quest after the 10th quest in hard mode only from the angler. I know that's hard to understand, so I'm gonna say it slow again. A 1 in 70 chance for every quest after the 10th quest in hard mode only for the angler. All right, so you got that. It's kind of, it's a lot to swallow in that little sitting, but we're going right on to the next one so we can keep things going. One of my personal favorites, the Jetpack. The flight speed boost is 117% and the height is 60. Look at that, I love it. It's 40 gold from the Steampunker during moon phases 5 to 8. No idea what that means, but, well, I have an idea, but I don't know what 5 and 8 are, whether it's a crescent moon or a waning or whatever the frick it is. But I guess you guys can figure that out because I have no idea. All right, right on to the next one. I know I'm moving so fast, but I don't want to waste your guys' time. So right on to the next one are the Bee Wings, which have a flight speed boost of 125%, a height of 67. It costs 20 souls of flight. We've already talked about this. And a tattered bee wing. Tattered bee wings are dropped from moss hornets in the underground jungle. So you're going to want to go in the underground jungle in hard mode, obviously, and get those. All right, next up are the butterfly wings, which aren't my personal favorite. Whoops, I dropped it there. Come on, give me it. And they're not my personal favorite because, you know, they're a little girly. But if you like that type of thing, that's just fine. Okay, so their flight speed bonus is 125%, and their height is 67. And, you know, another thing is, you're going to want to craft these wings all at the Mithril Anvil. I almost forgot. I'm sorry about that, guys. But that's where you're going to want to get it. 20 souls of flight plus butterfly dust. And butterfly dust is dropped from moss, which are rare to spawn in the jungle. So they're kind of rare spawning in the jungle, but you know what? If you look for them enough, you'll find them. So next up are the Fairy Wings, which, let's get on to it, are flight speed boost 125% once again, and their height is 67. They cost 20 souls of flight and 100 pixie dust. It's either pixie dust or fairy dust, and you get pixie dust and fairy dust, whichever it is, in the hollow by killing pixies, not surprisingly. All right, on to the next one, is the Bat Wings. These are cool. And the flight speed boost is 0%. That's what it says on the wiki, but I don't even know what they are thinking when they say that. Anyways, the height is 72, and you're going to need 20 souls of flight and 1 broken bat wing. Broken bat wings are dropped from vampires during solar eclipses, which are events that happen at nighttime after you beat the boss Golem. I'm not going to go into depth about Golem, but you have to beat Plantera first, because if I had to explain all the bosses, it would take a very long time, but you guys search that up. Anyways, let's get right on to the next one. Harpie Winx, which, once again, I like these, but I like them all, you know. I like them all. Wings are awesome. Anyways, the flight speed boost is 133%. The height is 72. And it's made of 20 souls of flight and 1 giant harpy feather. All right, so right on to the next one. Let's just keep moving along. Oh yeah, the giant harpy feathers are dropped from none other than harpies, and they're a rare drop, so they're not like normal feathers. It takes a while to actually get them. All right, next up are the bone wings. And these, the flight speed boost is 133%. That's a mouthful, saying that all the time. And the height is 72. They cost 20 souls of flight, 1 bone feather, and the bone feather is dropped in a post-Plantera dungeon. So you have to beat Plantera. And you'll find armored bones down there, and they will drop it. All types of armored bones, like rusty armored bones, blue armored bones. It doesn't matter. They'll drop it. All right, right on to the next one. I know we're moving so fast. Is the Mothron Wings, or I should say R maybe. Anyways, the flight speed boost is 0% again. I know it's a weird anomaly how it does this sometimes. The height is 81, and they are dropped from, once again, none other than Mothron during the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse, like I said, is a post-Plantera event that happens at night. It's you don't summon it, it just happens randomly. So it's a 5% chance to drop from Mothron. All right, right on to the next one. Leaf Wings. Oh, these were one of the first wings I actually got. because back in my day, there weren't so many wings. Because back in my day, Terraria was old. Anyways, it's sold from the Witch Doctor for 1 platinum, but the Witch Doctor has to be in the jungle at night in hard mode, and I almost forgot what is going on with me. The flight speed bonus is 125%, and the height is 81. So we're just keeping increasing here. Our numbers are just increasing over and over again. Anyways, next are the Frozen Wings, another big upgrade. The flight speed bonus is 150%, the height is 81, it costs 20 souls of flight, plus an ice feather, which drops from ice golems during blizzards. So ice golems will spawn during a blizzard, and you can get that from them. Next up, oh, I love these. I always have loved these. Flame Wings. These things are just like the ice wings in their stats. Flight speed bonus 150%, height 81. Just look at that. That looks so awesome. Anyways, 20 souls of flight and 1 fire feather, which is dropped from red devils in the underground, in the underworld during hard mode. Next up are the Spectre Wings, which once again, these are pretty cool because they're translucent. The flight speed is percentage is 150%, and the height is 81. It costs 20 souls of flight to make and 10 Spectre bars, which you can get the ingredients to make Spectre bars in the post-Plantera hard mode dungeon. All right, next up are the Beetle Wings, which these are getting later into the game. Flight speed bonus is 150%, and the height is 81. It costs 20 souls of flight and 8 beetle scales. I think that's what they are called, beetle scales. I mean, the wiki on Terraria was wigging out, and I could not get into the beetle scale, so I know what the beetle scales are. They are dropped from Golem every time you beat them in the Lizard Temple in the underground jungle, but I just cannot remember if it's scales or if it's like shells or what it is, so I apologize for that. But let's get right on to the next one, and ooh, this one's a good one. The Hoverboard. Now this one is different than the other ones because its flight speed bonus is lower, which is 108%. I believe it's lower, and its height is 86. But the thing about this is it can hover. Look at this. Oh, I love it. It's so awesome. So you can just hover by holding down the W button, and you can just hover around your world. It is very, very cool. It costs 20 souls of flight and 18 shroomite bars, which are made from chlorophyte bars. It's a complicated process to get shroomite bars. Look it up on the wiki if you guys don't know, but that is how to get the hoverboard. Next up, the Festive Wings. These things you can get, well, you know what, let's start out with the stats. I've been doing the stats. I don't know why I wasn't gonna do it. Flight speed bonus is 150%, height is 86, and it is dropped from the Everscream from the Frost Moon event, which you spawn. You have to make stuff in hard mode, and it's a 1 to 2% chance. I rounded that, so there was like 1.67% chance, but I rounded it so you guys didn't have to think about that. All right, next up are the Spooky Wings, which are dropped from, or they're not dropped, but they're crafted from ingredients from the Pumpkin Moon, which is kind of like the brother, the sibling to the Frost Moon. So the flight speed bonus, as you can see, is 150%. The height is 91. Costs 20 souls of flight and 1 spooky twig, which are dropped from Morning Wood in the Pumpkin Moon event. All right, moving right on are the Tattered Fairy Wings, which, let's get this on and move that out of the way. The flight speed bonus is 150. The height is 91. Look at how high we're getting. It costs 20 souls of flight and 1 black fairy dust. And they're dropped from Pumpkins, a mini boss, I guess I could say, in the Pumpkin Moon event. All right, right on to the next one. Let's just keep things going fast here. The Bessey's Wings. I'm not going to go into detail on how to get these because it's a new event. Anyways, the flight speed bonus is 100. That is a really cool animation right there. I really do like that animation. The height is 90, and it is dropped from Bessey during a new event that has showed up in the Dungeon Defenders crossover in Terraria. I'm not going to go into detail about that, so you guys can. It's dropped from Bessey during that event. All right, the Steampunk Wings. These are always the ones I wanted in survival, but for some reason I could never get them. I think it was because I was on Xbox, and you can't get them on Xbox. Anyways, the flight speed is 150%. The height is 91. It costs 1 platinum from the post Golem Steampunker. So you have to beat Golem to actually buy these from the Steampunker. All right on to the next one. Fishron Wings. These things are fast, and its flight speed is 167%. Look at this. And its height is 143. It is a 1 in 15% chance to drop from Duke Fishron. Those particles are cool. And so you have to beat Duke Fishron, which I'm not going to go into detail about it once again, but you guys can look that up. He's a pretty hard boss, and admittedly, he is hard. All right, now we're getting into these late game wings, these 4 late game wings. And actually, the best 2 out of them are the Stardust and Solar Wings. So you'll see the proof that they actually are better, but these look so freaking awesome. Flight speed is 117%. The height is 106, so we're getting pretty far up here. It costs 10 Luminite bars to make, plus 14 Nebula fragments, which you can get from Nebula Towers, which is a late game boss kind of thing that you're going to need to beat to get these, and a lot of other late game stuff. Anyways, let's get right on to the next one. One thing also, I'm not sure if you actually make this at the Mithril or Orichalcum Anvil. You may make it somewhere else, not sure, but you know what? I'll maybe leave something in a comment or the description telling you guys where it's actually made. All right, right on to the next one. I believe this is the Vortex Booster. Yes, it is. And the flight speed bonus is 117%. The height is 106. Let's go all the way up here. It's just like the last one in its stats. It costs 20 Luminite bars. That's incorrect. I believe it costs 10 Luminite bars and plus 14 Vortex fragments to make. All right, right on to the next one, Stardust Wings. Now this is getting, this wing is the best wing in the game except for the Solar Wings. The Solar Wings and the Stardust Wings are equal in their stats. So flight speed on the Stardust Wings is 200% and the height is 167. Look at how high we are getting up here. Actually, it does cost 20 Luminite bars, it's looking like, because that's what it says on my little prompter here. I may be wrong there, but I think maybe it is 20 Luminite bars. It may be 10. Maybe you guys are gonna get into the game and you're like, it costs 20 Luminite bars, and then you look at the recipe and it's actually 10. Well, that's lucky for you guys. So right on to the next one, the Solar Wings. Some people see this as the last one. I see the Stardust Wings and the Solar Wings as both the last in my opinion. All right, the flight speed, once again, is 200%. The height is 167, even with the Stardust Wings. Now this one says it costs 10 Luminite bars. I must have gotten that wrong somehow. I think it is 10 Luminite bars to craft it. And you're going to also need 14 solar fragments. So these are the last wings, guys. Alright, that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope this video helped you gain a little bit of insight into the world of wings. If you guys liked this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, please subscribe. I promise it's free. Anyways, have a great day, guys and girls, and I'll see you next time.